We had difficulty in the internet earlier and we lost the video. We're going to do this again. All the week we've been going over the desire, we've been going over faith, and we've been breaking down this information. And we wanted to give you guys a little bit of value, and we want to help you understand why a majority of people are stuck, why we're stuck. And it's just not one person, it's all of us. If we wanted to go beyond what we were programmed to receive, beyond what our capabilities are, we've got to go beyond the program, and we've got to be willing and able to reprogram if we want to get different results. Do we not?
Yes.
It's a preconditioned mentality that has us stuck, and we just don't know it. Very first thing is we're going to give you guys an illustration of the mind and the body and how it works. And because relatively nobody ever gave us what?
An image of what the mind is.
Yep. And this is like everything we study here and we're teaching people it's like a manual to the body. And there's perfect sciences in this, and it works perfectly. And when you start to look at it and really understand it, you're going to understand you've been missing out on a lot. Very first thing is Dr. Thurman Fleet gave us this image because there's no real image of the mind, and we automatically think in pictures. We need an image, right? So Dr. Thurman Fleet gave us this image, an illustration of how the mind and the body works.
And for those of you that do want to know what this is called, it is the stick person. So if you guys want to go back and look at it later, you guys can.
What am I drawing up here, Emma?
Right now he's drawing the senses. So that's going to be see, hear, smell, taste, and touch.
And we pick up information from the senses, do we not?
Yes. So they almost act as if, like, as antennas.
And this is how we send and receive information. And it comes up in light images, does it not? Dog. Oh, you just have an image in the screen of your mind of a dog. Cat. Oh, you just received an image of a cat in your mind, did you not? Let's say hamster, pig, goat, horse. Every word is a symbol. Every symbol is an image, and it comes on into the screen of the mind.
And that's really why this image is very, very important, because we do think in pictures. And we really, for us to understand the mind, we have to have an image to understand and to get a good idea of how it works.
Correct. The majority of us don't even know this. I've met scientists, I've met doctors, I've met psychologists, I've met a lot of people that have no clue of how this works, and everybody should know. We have a conscious mind, and we have
the subconscious mind.
Now, the conscious mind is our
thinking mind.
Yes, we can think here. And we can decide. This is free will. We can decide what we think, can we not? We can even produce new results, can we not?
Yes. We can accept or reject any idea that comes to our mind.
Yes. But majority of the time, people don't guard their mind, and they let what?
They let the senses, whatever they see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, dictate whatever it is that they're thinking.
And they move right into form. Majority of the people leave their subconscious mind wide open and accept any idea that comes to their mind. Right now, I just gave you a perfect illustration. You had a dog, you had a cat, you had a pig, you had a hamster to come into the screen of your mind. Subconscious mind was wide open. That's why you receive the light images in your mind. Now, what we need to understand is, why is it that we're stuck or we can't get to the next level? Why would that be happening?
Well, that's going to be due to our paradigm. Now, for those of you that don't know what a paradigm is going to be a multitude of habits that have almost exclusive control over your behavior. And almost all behaviors are habitual.
Yes.
And that's going to be stored right here in our subconscious mind. Now, Abraham's going to draw a filing cabinet to give you a really good mental image of how that works.
Now, majority of you didn't know you had a storehouse of information, but you do. You have a filing cabinet, and you pull information from this filing cabinet all day long. That's That's the reason you were able to pull up a dog, a cat, a hamster, a pig, all these different light images come from a signal. You heard me. Here came the light image, and it came up here in a picture. And according to the picture, the images that you have in your mind, you had a feeling about it. This is the heart mind. You had feelings about it.
You have an emotional attachment with that image.
With an idea.
That's why for the maybe whenever he said dog, maybe those of you that have a dog, maybe it's a dog that you really, really cared about and loved. That's the image that came to your mind. So that's why this is also, again, very important, because it has to do with a lot. And we'll kind of go a little bit into depth on
We're going to
that.
touch lightly on it. When the picture comes into the screen of your mind, you have an image associated with feelings. All the time, this is what you call memory. Right now, think of something that makes you really happy. Close your eyes and go to a happy spot. All of a sudden, you're going to bring back images from the filing cabinet. You're going to trigger them into the screen of your mind, and then you're going to feel them. And it activates the body. It activates it because everything is vibration. It activates the body, and it moves the body into action, producing results. Majority of people don't know the way this works. This is the creative process, and we use it all the time. We're either unconsciously creating, or we're consciously creating, one of the two. But we're always moving things into form, and this develops into our results and our experiences in life. Here's the problem. The reason you're not making, I don't know, 20 million, about $50 million a year, the reason you're not making $50 million a year is because you weren't programmed to. If you're not making $100 million a year, the reason you're having trouble doing it is because you weren't programmed to. This is the filing cabinet, and this is the programming. Whatever's been programmed in here, you can produce very easily because it's a part of your hardware. Some of us didn't receive that hardware. So what dictates the hardware that we received?
Well, that's gonna, well...
Where does it originate from?
That's gonna stem from back to the age 0 to 7. So, and technically at the moment of conception. So we were giving...
Genetic coding,
yes.
and...
We were giving a list of operating instructions, right? And that's going to be from our family, our environment, anyone that was around us from that time frame.
This is a mass of coding, a mass of information. Whoever you were born into, whatever time you were born into, you received a mass of coding. It's like coding in a computer. It was downloaded. It was given to you. Let's look at the child real quick. A child's mind is wide open. This is very important to anybody that has children or going to have children.
Now, if you really look at this, he doesn't have a conscious mind drawn because from that age, they don't have anything to go off of.
They have no information.
Yes. So that's why they don't have a conscious mind, because they can't yet think or pull from information.
Just the way you do. You pull from this code, and it comes into the screen of mind, and you pull from here.
And that's why it's like this, because their subconscious mind is just wide open. So whatever they're seeing, hearing, or just anything around them, it's automatically going into their subconscious mind, and it's being programmed into that.
Into their mind. And they start thinking from there. So here comes a child. Child is born. This hard drive is wide open. It has not been programmed yet. But as they start growing up, 0 to 7, they're receiving mental coding from mom, dad, brother, sister, their environment, anyone around them. And that coding, once they hit 0 to 7, once they hit 7, they say the conscious mind caps off. Now they start to think on their own. They start thinking on their own and start creating on their own. Now, this is very important because whoever they're around, you are creating their massive information, massive coding.
And really what that is, that's really gonna be who you think you are and who you think you're not. That's your identity.
Yep.
And that's why this is so very, very important for you to understand, because right now we are giving you pretty much the keys to the kingdom, because if you can really, really understand
this. This is what a lot of people call that's my character. That's my identity. Well, where did it come from? Well, let's look at 0 to 7. a little particle of you, coming from dad and mom. Oh, let's split them again. There's from dad and mom, and let's split them. Your mom, her dad and her mom, and let's split it again, again and again. And this goes on and on through generations. So where do you think you picked up your coding from? Massive information, on average 6 generations of information is plugged into your hardware. And that creates your looking glass. So to understand this, and to give you a good understanding why a majority of people are stuck, because they keep thinking from this massive coding, this character and identity, they think is theirs, which they gave them their race. They told them what color they are. If you believe your spirit, I believe on spirit. If you believe your spirit, and you're in a body, according to the body you came into, according to the family line, according to the geography of where you came into the world, according to the timeline, according to their behaviors and their thoughts, that is creating your code, your beliefs, your race, your religion, your culture, the timeline when you came in. If you would have been born in the 1400s, and you'd have been born in Germany, who would you think you are? Or Africa, who would you think you are? You would tell me that you're this character and this identity, but that's not you. This is why it's so important. You're trading your life for a code. But if you want to go somewhere different, you're not hitting the 50 million, you're not hitting the 100 million, you're not hitting the billions, and you're struggling, and the reason we struggle is because we keep pulling from this code. If we want to go somewhere different, we have to go beyond the code, and we have to be able to be willing to, first, we came in here, we learned. You've got to be willing and able to unlearn and relearn again. This alters the pattern plan. My God. It's your whole life you're trading for. This alters the pattern plan. It's your life. You can decide where you go and how you experience your life. But you've got to be aware. And you've got to be willing and able. And I believe everybody is able. The question is, are you willing? Missing anything? There's quite a bit. There's a lot more.
Yeah,
I just wanted to give you guys just a good briefing, a good idea of what we do here. We teach people how to alter the pattern plan. I've taken people from $30,000 a year to generating $50 million plus yearly. I have seen people go from making $1 million to making 10 million. I've seen people going from 50,000, but it's just a level of awareness. It's a pattern plan. What's distinguishing the pattern plan is going to be how we think. And that's what we do. We work on your mindset. We teach you how this information works. We teach you how to develop better behaviors, how to produce ultimately actions, and how to alter the pattern plan. It's your life.
Yes, and one of the really big things, again, that I just like to put out there, because it's very, very important, that if those of you that have children or even thinking about having kids, this is very, very important, because it's you are giving them their list of operating instructions. You are giving them a whole bunch of information that is ultimately going to create who they think they are and who they think they're not. And that's why this is so important, because if you don't understand this and you don't help your children to understand this, then they're going to have to go back and relearn this.
And if they get in front of the information,
Yeah.
Do you know how many hundreds of thousands of years of individuals never even understood this, never even knew? How can you break out of a prison you don't even know you're in? This lifeline, this patterning, it works the same way with everyone. How many hundreds of lives have been stuck? Never to break out of the cycle. This is so important. It's your whole life. You're interested in this information, we have scaling classes every day. And we also have programs. We have different types of programs to help whoever you're at with wherever you're at financially. But you need to get involved.
Yes, and actually today, for those of you that don't know, we did post it on our Facebook and on our stories and stuff. But today we do have a Spanish live. So for those of you that do speak Spanish, go ahead and we have it posted, so you can go ahead and register. It is free. And for those of you that do get on and stay tuned, we'll also be giving you a free pass to one of our
programs. Yep.
and that's going to be this Saturday at 8. So make sure that
And that'll
you
be in
guys,
Spanish, but we're also going to be doing an English webinar next Friday.
Yes,
Friday.
next Friday
Yep.
at 1:30.
Yep. So we're inviting you guys. Stay tuned. We're happy you joined us. You need to really get involved. You want to go somewhere different. If you want to produce bigger, better results. And remember, goals. We need to set a goal. The mind is like GPS. If we don't set it, we become lost in daily trivia. And so ultimately, we become enslaved by it. Don't live that way. We can choose. I can help you get whatever it is that you want. If you can hold it in your mind, I can show you how to hold it in your hands.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a great day.